Well, we're back at the Orange City Police Department. Got to update the video that I was about to show to you. We were here yesterday. We ran into Officer St Val. Hey. How you doing? It's
Officer St Val.
St Val, that's right. St Val, that's right. Hey, you bailed on me that day.
What day?
That day I was like, hey, I just want to ask you a question.
I had to
You
go.
tricked me, man.
You know, I had a prisoner in my car. I had to go.
There was a prisoner in the car that day?
No, I have to go to a call right now.
Oh, right now.
Just give me a second. I'll be back.
That's what you said last time, man. You're full of shit. You're not coming back. You're not coming back. I've been by here a couple times the past few days, kind of poking around a bit at some new allegations that another officer at this department may be stalking, harassing some females. I haven't mentioned any names, but I figure the person involved will know who I'm talking about. And I was getting the vibe that St. Val thinks I'm talking about him. And I'll say that he was not wrong. I hadn't mentioned it directly. Well, I'd mentioned it, but I hadn't mentioned his name. That is an officer that we were looking into, St. Val. There were some allegations made. Similar to allegations against Officer Brown that you remember recently, who was recently terminated, arrested, charged with stalking and stuff. So there were some allegations. Now, they do know that I was looking into it. I know that the department also had the information about St. Val. And today, he abruptly quit. We saw him yesterday, and between last night and today, he abruptly quit. So, does that tell us anything? I don't know, but that's another officer from the Orange City Police Department, no longer an officer with the Orange City Police Department. So if those allegations are true, we're glad he's not here anymore, because we don't need that. I mean, this department, or what's left of it, sure doesn't need that, but the people don't need that. But for sure, he's resigned. Was he told to resign? Did he do it on his own? I have no idea. We're going to come in and see if we can figure that out. There you are. I thought I just saw somebody walk by. Due to recent developments, I had to stop in. Is there I guess I'll put in a records request for a, whatever it is, resignation letter, notice of separation for Officer St. Val?
How do you know this already?
I fear you're underestimating the sneakiness, sir.
There are birds that flutter. I will tell you, I have more anonymous cops that talk to me. Honestly, this information I think came from the sheriff's office. I think, but I'm not sure. You know, there's a good chance I might know what your fart smells like before it reaches your nose.
His resignation letter?
It's, yeah, resignation, notice of separation, whatever it might be. Yeah, it's I don't know if I ran into him yesterday. And I know he knows I was looking into some stuff. It's, you know, it was no secret to him that I was doing something. Now we jump back again. This is the day that I encountered a very uncomfortable and in a hurry to get away from me, Officer St. Val. Knowing that the department at this point has been aware that there are allegations out there about St. Val, I wanted to try to find out if there was any active internal investigation in reference to it. Obviously, if so, it's confidential. I'm not going to learn anything, but I just wanted to find out if there may be one. There is also another separate incident with a different department member that I also know the department is aware of. And days later, I find out that there is no other internal investigation active right now, aside from the one for Officer Brown. But I was here to try to figure out if they are looking into St. Val, or actually either one of these officers. I don't know if this is a record that I could get just like that or not. I just want to see if there are any current active internal investigations aside from Brown. How many in the numbers? I don't need any information, but maybe the IA number, and if there are any.
If anybody was here, I could probably find that out, because I think it's just that one.
And it was later confirmed that there are no other internal investigations. And that's odd because by that time, I know the department's known of the allegations with St. Val for a little bit. And surely with everything that's happened with Officer Brown, former Officer Brown, they know that can't just be ignored. But I also wonder if because now former Officer St. Val was still on probation, maybe they felt like they could play a quick cleanup and just get rid of him. Because before that probation is up, they don't need a reason. They can just say, hey, we're not keeping you. Something like that would still need to be investigated, even if the officer resigns or is terminated. And I'm not saying this is the case, but an agency could take the stance that, hey, we don't have any written complaints. Maybe we can keep this contained, just get rid of him, and it's over. Now, I showed you the public Facebook comments on a post about the arrest of former Officer Brown, where some people were sharing some alleged personal experience with St. Val, and some others reached out to me as a result of seeing the reports on Brown and described some alleged personal creepy experiences with St. Val, including one person who claimed to have met him while she was at work within Orange City and he was on duty, and she claims that led to a relationship that lasted a little while. She was his girlfriend and he was her boyfriend. Allegedly, some things would take place on duty that shouldn't take place on duty, but she became scorned after learning of his family that she didn't know about. I'm also told there may be others, maybe many. Man, I don't know what is going on in law enforcement. With this and the last story we just covered, the last video published, similar type of thing, all revolving around one case. It's insanity. Now, I don't know if he too was using the databases to track any of these women. Only the department could figure that out if they looked into it. Now, in the midst of all of this, I emailed this department's administration, wanting to find out so I can tell all of you what steps they're taking to make sure these things don't happen again and continue. Clearly, some change has to be. I'm sure they've changed things, right? They've got to. But none of them have answered me. And I think that's a very important piece of information for the public to know what steps they're taking to make sure they cannot be victimized by any more members of law enforcement. I don't know why they wouldn't want the public to know that, but I'm going to go back out there again. They haven't answered the emails, so I'm going to see if I can ask any of them in person, make sure they got the emails, and just see what message they have for the public. I sent you guys an email last week. Did you get that email? Nobody responded to it.
What?
I sent an email to all you guys.
Oh, I don't know anything about it.
Do you guys were aware of the allegations against St. Val that resigned, right? Is there an investigation in that too, even though he resigned? He knows I was looking into him, and as soon as he found that out, he resigned.
Again, I don't know anything about it.
You don't know about allegations of the same thing about Brown with St. Val?
No.
You don't know about
But,
that?
I'll look into it.
No, we'll see. We gotta go into it.
Hey, Chief, you got that email? Wayne, you got that email? You get that email, Wayne? All right, well, he has not. Hello. I just wanted, I don't know if anybody will. I sent an email to administration last week asking them, I was asking them a question. Nobody it was last week or the week before, nobody's responded to me. I tried to catch Miller in person one day to ask him about it. He didn't get back to me. I just asked Ward, but he said I'm pretty sure he said he didn't know what email I was talking about. Is there anybody here that can confirm or deny they at least got that email? I'm trying to find out. I don't know if they're avoiding it or what. It was a very polite email, not full of FUs or anything. I'm just trying to find out, for everything that's been ongoing, what they have put in place or what change they may have implemented to the things that have been happening to keep those things from happening in the future. And I just want to put that out there. I know they've gotten some negative attention, and if they've got something that says, hey, here's what we're doing to make sure that doesn't happen anymore, I want to put that out there, and that might bring positive attention. You know what I mean? So I don't know why they wouldn't want to answer that.
I don't know either. Let me go see if anybody's around.
Let me throw something by you real quick before you go back there. It's 2025. I have the right to identify as a bowl of macaroni and cheese if I want to. Can you go back there and tell the chief? Don't tell him I'm here.
Sneaky, sneaky, sir.
Today, and I'm going to put my left hand up to the wall. And today, I am an old woman. So can you just go back there and tell the chief that there's an old woman out here that wishes to speak to him?
Well, the chief can't come out. He's in a meeting.
Or the second one, or
Let me see if somebody's around.
just an old woman. Don't say it's me. The Better Business Bureau sticker on the door. I'm going to call the Better Business Bureau. If they don't come out and talk to this old woman at once, I am calling the Better Business Bureau. Immediately. I will have none of it. Oh. Anyway, what were you told to tell me?
Yeah. There's nobody that has the ability to talk right now.
All right.
They're both in meetings, and Shammy's trying to catch up from being gone.
Now, be honest with me. Did you tell him it's me, or did you tell him it's an old woman?
I said there's a walk-up.
He
Trust
said,
me, I was told before you walked in that you were here.
no, I know.
So,
I know it's no secret. It's like, there's probably people outside of this building that know I'm here the second I walk up. But yeah, no, I know. No, so I know I saw a ward out there, so I know they know I'm here. So even if you really did say it's just a walk up, they know who it is. But no, it's a legitimate question. Can somebody just get back with me? I'm only here because they're not responding to the email. If they can just respond to that email or something, then I don't have to try to chase them down.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for a genuine answer to that question, because I'm sure, certainly, something is changing. They're doing something different, or there's got to be some type of something has to be implemented, and I just want to know what that is and put that out there. That's all. No big deal. But then when they're not acknowledging me, I'm like, well, what the hell is this? I don't know. That seems like something they would want out there. To me, I would think so, but who am I? Part of the reason when I came in here a couple weeks ago wanting to see how many IAs, if any, they have going on, I've been trying to verify if they have started an IA on St. Val.
I can tell you that there was no IAs.
There was no IAs, none at all. Okay. So I do want to remind you and stress that these allegations being made are allegations. Now, they are coming from multiple independent sources, but they're allegations. I'll also throw in there that the case with former Officer Jamaris Brown began in a similar way with allegations, and we know how that turned out. And the fact that St. Val abruptly resigned without notice upon learning that I was looking into these allegations, I don't know. Does that indicate anything? You tell me. Now, my other point in this video, trying to get administration at the Orange City Police Department, Chief Wayne Miller, Deputy Chief Jerome Miller, and the captains, Ward and El Shami, to let the public know what they're doing differently to protect the public from these things continuing. I don't think they will openly, but even they, I assume, would agree that whatever they may have been doing previously clearly was not working, because they've got an absolute mess here. And it's unfortunate because they got some good people here too, and they suffer. And it all comes down to administration. And going just by off the top of my head without looking at my notes or files, just in the past year, not even a year, we've got Brown, terminated, charged. St. Val, abruptly resigned. Former Officer Hilton, terminated after internal investigation. And we can never forget Kyle Walker, abruptly quit without notice. And we all remember all of his shenanigans. Officer Nathan, terminated, charged with domestic battery. That's a lot going on at such a small agency. And that's not counting the others just resigning or not making their probation period. And like I said, just off the top of my head, there's more in under a year's time. Get in the comments, let me know what you think, but something is not being done right at this agency, in my opinion. And we've got administration who seem to want to pretend these things didn't even happen or they're not happening. Don't want to face it. They say bold things, they write bold things, they talk about accountability and transparency, but we don't see it. There's a bit more here, and for time, I'm going to put it out in a separate video coming soon. But I did give administration one more opportunity. I wasn't going to, but I did. One more opportunity to try to get them to tell you, the public, what steps they're taking to try to get a grip on this chaos, to try to earn back some public trust and faith, and what I'm doing to try to help them with that. In that video, I'm going to show you so you can see firsthand the drastic difference between Chief Wayne Miller of the Orange City Police Department and the chief of another area agency when it comes to accountability and transparency. And these things we've been talking about, inappropriate behavior from law enforcement, often on duty. It's males, it's females. Many of them have families on top of everything else. Here's a tip for everybody, or some people. And some people will probably be mad that I'm throwing this out there. When they've got spouses and families, they probably hide this from them. If they don't hide their phone, they probably delete things. You can't delete the actual phone bill online, though, and the logs online. Sometimes they use texting apps. The point is, there are ways for you to verify or erase any fears or suspicions that you might have. Make sure you subscribe with notifications on. That next video I mentioned will be out very soon. Just in the past week, we've seen 2 police officers abruptly resign on top of the previous fallout. The internal investigation on the Brown fiasco is still underway, and I suspect more fallout from that. For those of you who want to share any information and remain fully anonymous, contact me at twistedluckmedia@gmail.com.